If you're an athlete, you know the greatest motivator of all is the fear of letting your teammates down. After all, a team is only as good as its weakest link. So you owe it to those wearing the same jersey as you to be your best every time you step on the field. That's why there's no vape in team. When you vape, you can expose your lungs to toxic chemicals that can damage your lungs. If you're a step behind, the team's a step behind. Brought to you by The Real Cost and the FDA.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I might have done an episode like this in the past. I honestly can't remember because of the amount of episodes I've done. You know, you think after 169 seasons, it's like, yeah, there's gonna be episodes where I'm like, people are gonna be like, bro, you talked on this already. And I'm like, I do not remember. I feel like I remember some episodes, but I don't remember all the episodes, you know, especially if it's a topic where I don't talk on it enough. Gaming related, I feel like I have done a lot of different gaming episodes, but I don't know if I've done an episode like this in particular. I probably have done episodes where I get on people for backseating, but no, and that's the thing, like, I am going to talk on that, and I am going to talk on people not knowing how to play a video game, because no, the crazy thing about it is that if, let's say for an example, I post a video of myself playing a video game, right? First time ever playing that video game, never played it a day before in my life, never heard of it, never heard of that genre. Like, I am new to this, alright? I can post a video of myself playing that game, and people that plays this game on a regular basis will get upset at me not knowing how to play that game. And I'm like, fam, for one, if you understand a video game, just more so what is around a video game, when a person gets a game for the first time, because, like, I had to say one game or a genre that I'm not too familiar with. Like, I have played strategy-like games before, but I'm not familiar with those games. Like, I don't know too much about those games. So if I were to play a strategy-based game right now, yeah, you guys are gonna see, like, oh yeah, he doesn't know about those games, but people will get on you about not knowing how to play those types of games. Like, I'll play a strategy-based game, right? Make a video of myself, and I'm like, rather than just enjoying the moment of me figuring it out, and that's something where it's like, I love when a person, like, if I'll post a video of myself playing a game, I love when a person watches that video, and they're gonna be like, oh, like, you can have a conversation with this individual, right? Like, and even if it's like a video or if I'm streaming, more so with streaming. But no, like, I'll be streaming, playing a strategy-based game, and I'm like, bro, what am I doing? And I have to say, if I'm like invested in this game, I want to learn about this game, yeah, I'll sit down and give the game a chance. But if I really just don't know too much about that game and it's extremely difficult, then yeah, that's why I'm all like, nope, I am going to stress myself out on this. But no, that's one thing that I love, is that when they come into your stream, let's say for an example, and they're all like, oh yeah, it was like that for me too when I started, so don't even trip about it. That every time, if like there's ever a time where somebody comes to me and they're all like, you know, if there's a game that I play like a lot, like let's say if it's like Destiny or The Division, I have to say those are probably the two games where I put a lot of hours into it and stuff. But like even that, Helldivers, I'm trying to think, even some racing games where somebody comes to me and they're all like, oh man, like, you know, like I see you play this game a lot, I'm confused by it. Like, let's say if it's Forza for an example, and they're all like, how do I even get me a car? And I'm like, yeah, at first it can, like, it's pretty much like, because this is how I look at it. You're pretty much walking into a building for the first time. After some time of like going into that building, yeah, then eventually, you know, you're gonna get it down and figure it out and stuff, and you're gonna know your way around. And that's just like how it is with a video game. Why is it so hard for people to understand that? That's the one thing where I'm all like, you get those ones where they're not so much as like helpful, like they want you to learn it on your own. And then you get the ones where it's like they get upset with you for not knowing how to play the game. Like, so let's say for an example, I'm playing The Division for the first time, and I'm all like, okay, how do I get to areas? Do they not have cars? Like, what mission am I doing? Like, is this the main mission or is this a side mission? They're like, how do you not know how to play this game? You're a grown man, you don't know how to play a video game? And it's like, yes, I am a grown man that has never played this particular video game before, so of course I am going to be new to it. You know, like that, like the website that you're currently on right now, Twitch. You remember how it was for you when you very first started? You didn't know how to navigate throughout this place. So that's going to be the same situation for me when I play a video game. Oh my God. Bro, it's something where it's people like that, and then the backseaters, the one that wants to tell you how to play a video game, and I'm like, no, I'm not looking for a guide. I'm just looking for closure. I'm trying to, like, have it where people understand that I am going to be new to this game, but yeah, that's just something that I don't like. I don't like when people, when they get on you or they try to, like, pretty much guide you through the game. And it's like, I want to learn the game on my own. It's like having it where somebody's telling me how to play the game. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to, yeah, it's like, I guess I'll remember it. But at the same time, it's like, I want to just figure it out on my own. You know, it's like, that's the whole reason why I went out and buy a video game in the first place, is so I can play the game on my own. You know, if it's like, my thing is this, if I need help, I feel that I would ask for help or look up to help. But it's like, that's just, oh my God, man, it's like the amount of times where I've streamed and people will backseat in the stream, and I'm like, bruh, I don't need your help. I never asked for it. I don't need it. I am playing this game perfectly fine by myself, especially if it's a game that I play a lot of. Like, there is the one game where I had to say a lot of people, if you stream this game, oh, you'll get some backseaters, especially if you're a bigger streamer than me. So there's this one game in particular called Generation Zero, and it's like, that's a game where I'm like, I've beaten that game. I really don't care unless I really want to play that game. I don't necessarily care for playing it at the moment. Like, no, it's one of those games where it's like, I think if I did have it downloaded, I would play it. But at the same time, it's like, man, people will join your stream, right, while playing that game. I didn't have people sit there and try to tell me to change stuff in the settings. I didn't have people try to help me out with missions. And I'm like, fam, I know how to play this game. Like, I'm familiar with shooter games. I'm familiar, and it's not like Generation Zero is a crazy difficult game. To explain that game to you guys in a nutshell, you're stuck in this area where there's a bunch of killer robots. That's it. That is literally the whole game. And then they give you guns, they give you weapons and stuff to use to kill the robots and stuff. But it's honestly, in my opinion, one of the most easiest games that I have played. So trust me when I say it, I do not need help with Generation Zero. I don't need help with Forza. I don't need help with The Division, Destiny. There are so many different games out there that I play. Like, I can give you guys a list. Trust me, if it's a genre that I play a lot of, where it's like shooter genres, racing genres, like, it don't matter what it is, bruh, I have played it, okay? And even if it's a game that I'm not familiar with, I'm like, bruh, I have to say, with video games, I am a very fast learner. I feel like that the only reason why I would give up on a game if the game is just too difficult, where they're causing inconveniences in the game, where it's like, okay, it ain't even so much as the game being difficult. It's an inconvenience. I'm all like, bro, I'm just trying to play a game, and it's like, I'm out here, you got like long loading screens, you got to do a bunch of stuff in the menus. I'm like, bro, am I playing a game, or if I'm like, am I developing it? Like, what's going on right now? So, but yeah, it's just with video games, getting back to the main topic. But yeah, it's just, when people, and they get on you for not knowing how to play a video game, and it's like games that you grew up playing too. It's just something where I'm like, nah, bruh, I do not need your input when it comes to gaming. It's like, even if it's a video game that I'm not familiar with, it's like, I trust me when I say it, I do not need your input, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other people out there where they also don't need your input. It's like, you're trying to tell somebody how to play. Yeah, you might put more hours into the game, you might play more of this game, but it's like, fam, I have also played it. I feel like when it comes to a lot of different video games, that I have gotten to a level where I don't need no help, I don't need no nothing, alright? My thing is this, if you sit down and think about it, do you see mechanics when they're working on a car? Do you see like the world's best mechanic off up in their ear telling them, no, put these types of brakes on the car, no, switch out them seats, no, do this to the engine, do that? I'm like, bro, I don't need that. I do not need that. I don't need that at all. Or it's, even if it's on some stuff where it's like, how do you not know how to work on the car? And it'll be like something as small as like, I don't know, like where you got maybe, I don't know, like maybe look up something. I guess like, yeah, with a car, it'll be a little bit more different. It's like somebody's life is on the line with a car. So you make a mistake on the car, and then, yeah, then maybe it's like you don't need to be working on cars. But I mean, it's like that with games too. It's like, if I don't know how to play, that's one thing about it. It's like, if I don't know how to play it, well, I can't necessarily say I don't know how to play a game. But if I just more so find the game difficult, or it's just causing an inconvenience where it's just like, you're doing all this extra stuff besides playing the game, then yeah, I'm like, I leave games like that alone. I'm like, it's annoying. You know, that's one thing about like some video games where it's like, yeah, it's like, I think I have to say that's probably the best word that I can use, is that there are some annoying video games out there where it's like, it's not that I don't know how to play it, but it's just, yeah, like the way that they go about that game, it's just extremely annoying. Like, for an example, there's the one game that I played not too long ago. What was it? It was like some ship game or something. Or not a ship game, but it was like you're on a boat pretty much. I can't even think of the name of that game. And it's like, it wasn't even too long ago. Ships at Sea. There we go. Okay, I was like, I don't know why. I was like, it wasn't even that long ago. It was maybe like what, last week or a couple of weeks ago when I last played that game. But anyways, but no, it's not even like with that game. It's not like it's a crazy, difficult, and challenging game. I'm like, my thing is this. If you played video games with boats in them, then yeah, like for an example, Grand Theft Auto. Like if you've played Grand Theft Auto, Ships at Sea, like their boat stuff, comparing it to Grand Theft Auto's boat stuff, it's literally not, there's no difference. There is no difference at all. And it's like, in Grand Theft Auto doesn't even focus on like boats and ships and all that stuff. So, but no, it's like that game in particular where it's like it's annoying and they just overall causing the inconvenience on doing the mission, but it was the one mission I was talking about, because I did do a podcast episode and I believe I did a video talking on that game, but there was the one, did I say episode or mission? Honestly, I can't remember. I'm talking so fast, I'm like, I just need to slow down. But anyways, but there was a mission in that game where they want you to go pick up trash, but it's like, if you guys understand how water works and how a boat works in water, when you're going at a certain speed, and it doesn't have to be a fast speed or even a slow speed, if you're just going at a speeding level on a boat in water, it ain't like how it is with ground, where it's like if you pull up on the side of something on concrete ground, that whatever it is that you just pulled up on is still going to be there. But in water, when we're talking on like that type of surface and things, yeah, stuff is gonna be flowing, it's gonna be moving. So yeah, it wasn't even like that game was like difficult or I didn't know how to play it, but it's just, no, it was just one of those things where it's like, I know what to do. You guys are just causing the inconvenience of how I'm supposed to do it and stuff. And it's like, you know, anybody out there where it's like, if they're going to be out on the boat cleaning up trash, they're going to make it as easy as possible. And I have to say, some developers will do stuff like that where it's like, you're just making this more challenging. And I'm like, there is other ways of going about it. I'm like, you can ask people that be on boats, like they are actually on boats. You can ask them, where I'm like, yes, there is most likely an easier way of collecting trash. But I have never seen nobody on no boat and they're all like, oh, let me pull up on the side of a trash bag and try to pick it up and things. Unless they're going by it, then okay. But if they're not, then it's like, yeah, that's why they'll have it where they probably go and bring some people with them and things. But yeah, I have to say that there are some developers where it's like, no, you just make the game challenging. You make it to where it's causing an inconvenience and it's being annoying to people. So yeah, it's like there are some people to blame. Like, I will say, like, you know, if the gamer don't know how to play the game, it's like, you know, one would think that they just wouldn't play it. I guess, like, there is going to be a learning process with it, but it's like, if that learning process, for me at least, I'm short patient with video games. So if that learning process, if it goes more than the 2 hours in 2 weeks, I'm allowed to get a refund, or within that time frame, because I know within that time frame it's like, yeah, I'm allowed to get a refund. Once, if it doesn't exceed it beyond that and I'm still having issues with that game, then yeah, I'm like, nope, I just not even that. I'm like, I try to do it within that time. So I'm like, nah, bro, if within that time frame I still don't, like, not even so much as like not know how to play the game, but it's just overall being annoying, yeah, I'm getting my money back. I'm like, nope, I ain't gonna fool with that game. I'm just gonna go ahead and just focus on something else. So yeah, there's just at times where I'm all like, nah, bruh, can't fool with that game. So, you know, and then with the developers, I'm like, there's at times where it's like, because even when there's the one game, Killer Clowns, and it's like, I know how to play that game because I played games like that before, but they're changing up things, and I'm like, I seen the movie. I watched that movie growing up. They got stuff where it's like you could blow an air horn at a clown and then cause the clown to go deaf. And I'm like, at what point, let me just see if they made any sequels to that movie, because I'm like, if they did, then I'm like, maybe it was in the sequel, but if it wasn't, then yeah, I'm like, when did they have air horns at any given point in time within that movie playing sequels? There's something brothers. The brothers plan to release a requel a remake and sequel titled Return of the Killer Clowns in 3D in 2012. And then was the director film, okay, August, it was announced that Sci-Fi Channels and talked to the license right to make one or more sequels to Killer Clowns, as well as additional Critters franchise includes. So that's like a separate movie. Okay, so they are trying to, but I'm like, yeah, it's like if they ain't got, my thing is this, that was the one and only movie that came out. So I'm like, at what point in time did they have any air horns and stuff? I'm like, nah, if I was those brothers, I'd definitely be all like, nah, bro, what you guys got going on? Oh, they were behind the whole movie. Oh, okay, so because they one brother directed the movie, and then the other brother, and then the same brother that directed the movie, they wrote the movie, and then they got a third brother that was also producing the movie. Okay, I see them in things, but anyways, but yeah, that was a good movie, by the way. For those that haven't, I definitely recommend you guys go check out that movie. I know a lot of people about like, oh, that movie was so corny, but I'm like, nah, bro, I'd rather watch the movie than play the game. Like, don't get me wrong, the game seems cool, but at the same time, there's stuff about that game where I'm like, that wasn't really in the movie. So if I'm going based off of what I've seen in the movie, so it's like, forgive me for not knowing how to do certain things, but I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm trying to play what I saw in the movie and stuff. So yeah, there is at times, especially with like movie, TV show type video games, where it started off as a movie or TV show and they made a game out of it, they might change up some things. But and if they do, then it's like, bro, no, you ain't gotta do that. I'm trying to play what I saw in the movie and things. So, but anyways, with that being said, I can see myself doing a part 2 to this episode, because I feel like there were some things that I didn't really, add into this episode. But for now, I'm going to end it. So anyways, thank you guys for stopping by today's episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on a podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.